I'll just quote from Carl Jung briefly. The effect of projection is to isolate the subject from his environment, since instead of a real relation to it, there is now only an illusory one. Projections change the world into the replica of one's own unknown face. And so when you talk about the idea of how could the left and again, I hate, we always speak in these generalities, but how could the left want to say, become authoritarians while simultaneously seeing authoritarianism in other things? Like they see it in the truckers, right? Mm-hmm. But then at the same time, they're like, yeah, I totally agree. You have to get a vaccine or you can't leave the country. Well, whether or not that's right or wrong, I don't care. It's authoritarian.
Yeah.
And it doesn't, it's fucking nonsensical on so many different, it just is completely doesn't make sense to me, but it does to some people. It's still an authoritarian thing. So I think what happens with, I'm just going to keep using the word Tumblr communism because it's funny. The Tumblr commies, what they do is I think that they do project. So they're the ones that are like, acting like fucking fascists.
Yeah, dude.
Sometimes they're just straight up acting that way.
I mean, there was a lot
I
of
prefer
talk
totalitarianism.
About,
I prefer totalitarianism.
Putting the unvaccinated in camps, and you shouldn't. I mean, you had the fucking, what was this lady that she's like Leah, whatever. I don't remember any of these people's names. She was the one that was like president of Planned Parenthood and then became some like public health figure or something like in the pandemic. She literally said that unvaccinated people shouldn't be able to leave their houses. Like that you should be put under house arrest, essentially, if you're unvaccinated. And it's just like, that's fascist rhetoric, authoritarian rhetoric, whatever you want to call it. That is a vast overreach of government power. So, but it's this thing, right? It's the thing that gets me, that so like warps my mind, is how if you couch that blatant authoritarianism in the language of safety and compassion and goodness and whatever moral issues du jour that, Democrats, leftists, whatever it is, are interested in, let it go, lock them up. Like, that's it. There's no, that's that inability to analyze situations independently of your ideology. It's this shorthand cheat code for assessing the world. So it's like, did it come from the right place? Then it's okay. That's flawed reasoning. It's not about whether it came from this institution or this figure of whatever agency that they're in. Every person, every institution is capable of corruption and failure at best. So this willingness to take these shortcuts and just kind of judge whether something is ethical or moral based on who it comes from. Is it from my side? Is it from the good guys? Does it look like what I hold in my mind based on my ideology as right?